Hi Scorpio, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. And this is your monthly forecast for February 2013. We start this month with a Venus transit, and that is there in a beautiful part of your chart. It is there in your fourth house. What a lovely place for Venus to be in. And I would say well deserved for you, Scorpios, after the harrowing last couple of months that most of you have been having. A lot of focus on your fourth house, and there seems to be a lot of love, there seems to be a lot of support that seems to be coming from your home, your family, where it is that you live, with whom it is that you live. The fourth house is also the house of Cancer, which is also the house of mother. It symbolizes your mother. It also speaks about a shell that we tend to wear around ourselves while dealing with other people. And this is a time where I think a lot of you could be spending time with your parents, with your mother especially, and it's a healing time, Scorpios. I think you will be feeling more secured, you will be feeling more anchored, and there would be a sense of being loved or being appreciated. And I think, especially when it comes from our parents, there's no bigger validation than that of being loved and of being appreciated. So, Venus is going to be there, and Venus is going to be, of course, getting all her love, beauty, and charm, and she's going to be making you also, of course, do a lot of retail therapy in the process, and you will be beautifying your house, buying lovely things. And I think this is also a great time to be thankful to your parents. It's a great time if and again, it just does not have to be your mother. It can be your father also, because now in today's in the modern world, the roles can get reversed as well. So, depending as to who your caretaker was when you were small, whether if it was your dad, then yes, it would be speaking about your father. But it's a great time to be sort of acknowledging that and spending. Maybe you don't. Again, I think whenever we speak about love, and whenever we speak about Valentine, we are not just really talking about a romantic or a sexual love. This can also have to do with your parents, with your siblings, or for your pets. So it's a lovely time. Maybe you should be spending your Valentine with them. Maybe you should be just cooking them a meal, or taking them out and just showing your gratitude. So that's a great time over there. Also, we have a lot of focus on emotional retreat. We have a lot of focus on how it is that you're perceiving security as of now. And there seems to be, like again I said, it seems the nurturance that was or that has been lacking, or you felt the lack of it while you were growing up. This is the time where you will feel sort of protected. You will feel that yes, my parents are coming out and they are being supportive of me. So that's a nice feeling. This could be a time when someone from your past could just pop up. It could be somebody from your college, it could be a college sweetheart, it could be somebody from your last company, it could be somebody whom you have not met for a very long time, and it could be quite nice. Again, like I said, it doesn't have to be really romantic and sexual. It can be, love has many connotations. So it would be nice when you meet this person after a very long time. We also have your fifth house that is going to be activated by Mars, and Mars is going to be coming and activating this part which has to do with love, romance, children, creativity. So again, I think actively there is a lot of you are going to be spending time with your children, and if you're single, this is a time where you will be letting out the child in you, and you are going to be sort of pampering yourself and doing things what you want. Again, it is going internally, seeking, looking at things. What is it that makes you happy? It also speaks about your pets, your small pets whom you treat like your own children. So this is a great time that you could be doing. Also, I think there could be enough of creative expression at this point of time. Now, for those of you who are involved in theater, and for those of you who are authors and musicians, I think this is a brilliant time for you, because there could be this surge of energy that Mars is going to be giving you, and also how it is that outwardly you will be projecting it. So you're going to be quite vocal about it. You're going to be not mincing your words while telling that. So you will be experiencing a lot of joy in your life. It's also a great time to date, and it's a great time to be taking risks as well. We have a very interesting aspect, that is a lovely Mercury that is going retrograde yet again around the 18th, and during a retrograde we have the Mercury drill with us ready by now, that is not to buy expensive big ticket items. It's a time to revise, retweak, plan, look at things very carefully and not to act. It's not the greatest of times also to travel, because at this point of time normally there is some amount of a travel glitch that could happen. Also communication, since Mercury rules communication, there could be some amount of a miscommunication, so you need to be extra cautious while signing documents, emails. Be careful about the jokes that you send on an SMS. Just ensure that the wrong one doesn't land up with your boss, so be careful over there. Try to minimize, I would say, if there are a confrontation or a conversation is not really required, sort of don't try to prove a point at this point of time. It won't be looked at very kindly. Also with the Mercury retrograde, I think often also what happens is that work that you have been doing on, that you have been working on, so it could be a current project that you have been working on, it could be even a relationship that has been going, don't sort of try to push it to an end result, give it time. It's not a time, retrogrades are never a time for action. They're really a time when you need to be evaluating things again, taking stock of where things were to where they have come now, and where is it that you can take them forward. So that is how you really need to be looking at a retrograde. Sort of look at the back, look at the current present, and then see what is it that you can, how is it you can make it better, what it is that you can make out of it. And of course we have the lovely Saturn that has been retrograde in your chart, that rather went retrograde on October 2012 and carries on being there in your chart till about October 2015, and it's in your first house. Now when a retrograde happens, again it's a similar drill. During a retrograde, Saturn is not asking you to move. It is not asking you now when it is retrograde, though Saturn, she is a planet of movement and action, and she wants you to change. But when she's retrograde, this is a time that she's asking you again to look at yourself, look at the patterns, things that need to be changed. There are corrections that you can do right now. Scorpio, all is not lost. Don't sort of throw your hands up in the air and say that, it's done now, I can't do anything about it, and it's not in my hand. Be accountable, be responsible, and even though you may be feeling slightly restricted, because Saturn again brings about a lot of discipline, she brings about a lot of restriction with her. So you could be feeling that, you could be feeling a little pressured under the Saturn gaze. You could be thinking that things that I can normally do very smoothly, it takes quite a task to be doing that. So your values, what is it that you want out of life? Where is it that you see yourself? What is it, or how is it that you're perceived socially? What is your image that people have of you? All that is a time during a retrograde that it can be changed, that you can sort of work at it. You can again look at from the time from where it is, again, since it is focused on self, it's your self work, yourself, what is important to you. And like I have spoken in great detail in my previous videos, the first house is normally one of the most difficult houses for astrologers to read, because your dreams, your desires are very unique to you, so it gets very tough to sort of flesh it out. Overall, looks like a nice month, Scorpios, especially with a lot of love and a lot of conversations happening at home, a lot of renovation, retail therapy, beautifying of the self, beautifying of the house, and spending a lot of lovely time with your mums or with your parents. I think it's a beautiful time to be sort of being grateful, and nothing better to be than to lead a life in gratitude, I would say. So enjoy this time, the Venus transit, that is. And of course, like I said, during the Saturn, you just need to be again taking stock of things, or where it is that you are right now and where is it that you want to go. So have a lovely February. I'll see you again in March, and thank you so much for watching.